Emma and Adam from Weatherby. How does it feel for me? August 2021. How was your neurology appointment this month?
Neurology was really nice. I've never been there before for the migraines, but they actually have some ideas to help me with my migraines next.
But did you go for a scan as well, was it?
I had an MRI, and then I got to see a consultant and discuss the options. He's writing us a letter so that I didn't have to decide in the appointment. So I could then see all his options in a letter and then talk with Adam and my GP. So I appreciated that. That was good. And I was able to speak to Adam and not feel like I'd panicked that I'd made the wrong decision or anything in the session.
Has there been any progression with your autism support?
I've always been within health services, within autism and mental health stuff. I've never been in contact with social services, and suddenly it's become important that I get an assessment through them, and we have no idea how to navigate it. And they keep telling us it should be with the health side, and the health side is going, no, it's the social side.
The people who deliver the service have said that Emma needs this service, but she can't access the service until she had an assessment.
Or if Adam leaves my life.
Or if I leave. Well, they said because their argument is that because Emma's got a carer, I don't have any needs anymore. They won't do a needs assessment on her because I exist. But I can't provide autism employment support or autism support in general. Autism. I'm not a specialist in autism.
Also, I really want to get the best set of skills I can. And if they just recognise that Adam's fulfilling those parts, then I'll never grow. I'll never actually learn or be independent. And
how was your recent experience with the community mental health team?
They wanted to have a meeting with us this morning to see if we're all on the right track, which I think that's good, wanting both my opinion and Adam's opinion as my partner and carer. I didn't really know why the meeting was happening, so even though it was a positive meeting, we didn't really know why we were being called in other than to review. But in the meeting, like discharge came up, lots of things came up, but I wasn't told this. So even though the meeting itself was quite positive, I think they thought it was more like premeditated than they'd actually provided us with the information for. But it felt like it should have been a review where we've talked about stuff we talked about, whereas a lot of things that we hadn't even talked about got brought up. So that was confusing for me and hard to understand.
But I think equally we came up with a plan moving forward in terms of structured sessions around what you want to work on.
Did you feel listened to?
I always feel heard by my care coordinator. I do feel like psychologist, the therapist, I do believe that she tries to listen and wants the best for me and wants to help. But I think from today's appointment, I've realised we've perceived things slightly differently. So that's quite interesting. But I mean, she arranged that appointment to see that. So that's good as well. So she actually arranged an appointment to check on how everybody was feeling about everything.
I think she really took on board our concerns about you discharged as well. Because I think they've been trying to avoid that anyway and making sure that Emma's in control of that element. She talked today about Emma being in control of a discharge, so that what's right for her rather than saying, we've decided you've had enough sessions, off you go sort of thing.
Did the services feel joined up?
I think neurology so far has been quite joined up, but that's more a direct medical thing from referral from the GP, so they will send information back to the GP. So you kind of expect that to at least be joined up between them two. But it's the same with CMHT. They talk within their team, and I've got good communication between the different members that I see, but feeding that back to my GP, I don't think that happens. I think it would actually be really beneficial to have more.
But a lot of things that they're doing at the moment to help Emma, a crisis plan on the front-facing thing, or Emma's and a summary of Emma's care. So when people access their screen, they can see Emma has autism and how to help her.
Especially in a crisis.
But that just only appears in TZESC and
Harrogate.
Weir because they're in Harrogate, so they're a separate trust. So, but if Emma accessed LGI or a service in Leeds,
Which
they don't
has
see
happened
it.
in the past, and they have no record of me,
No record of it.
because the mental health records are separated between trust and aren't shared.
That's
And
what,
also, each service has no idea that I'm seeing any other services. But yeah, it's weird because when you join up to a lot of these places, they ask if you've got a care coordinator and you have to give over their details. And so what's the point in that? Is it just for emergencies if you get poorly? But you'd rather, like, the point of care coordination, being on that care plan, is that they help coordinate all the aspects of the care that you're under, and they're supposed to know about all aspects of your care.
If you could have changed one thing to make your experience better this month, what would it be?
I guess from me, from a carer's perspective, I think there was two in my mind, really. One about being properly joined up and person-centered, regardless of what you need to access. It's the Leeds pound. You get them, it's the same money, whether it comes from the council or the NHS, that if that person needs it, just like if it's beneficial for their well-being. But kind of tied into that integration, joined upness is around the kind of information sharing and stuff like that. So if Emma gets her main care from Harrogate and that's contracted by Leeds to get it through Harrogate, then they should have access to that information that the services Emma receives should be available to any service that she then gets told she has to access in Leeds.